My mother died with pneumonia in St. Joseph's Hospital in Clonmel. That's what it was known in now. Tipperary, South Tipperary County Hospital now. She died there with pneumonia. And all hell broke loose, of course. People started nosing into the family and this sort of thing. And the next thing, we discovered we were bundled into cars and taken away.
Out of the blue? 8 of you?
8 of us, just taken away by a cruelty man.
From your father?
The so-and-so. To come in and bust up a family for the rest of our lives. Tore us apart for the rest of our lives. It took me 48 years to put my hands around my brother, who was only over in England and I couldn't find him. He was brought on the Late Late Show for me to meet him for the first time in 48 years. These people tore the family asunder, and they were left to it. They were left to it by the state. This state left us down from the first day. They left Christine down, they left John down, they left me, and the thousands that's out in this state. This was known as the island of saints and scholars. God love us, was it?
And on the day that you were taken away, Michael, your father didn't want you to go, obviously. You were put into this vehicle. There were 7 other brothers and sisters. What happened to you after that?
We were taken into Clonmel Court, and there's the evidence of it. That's from the court archives.
Yes,
which means I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal. That's what that states. I'm a criminal. So is my brothers and sisters. We're all criminals. And I never took a penny on any human being or lifted a safety pin off of anybody in my life, or either any of my family. We were never, ever up in court for anything.
But
I was in court talking for people who were in trouble and that. But I was never in court on a charge.
But the court decided that all of you, yourself and your other 7 brothers and sisters, were going to be sent to state institutions.
That's right.
Several different state institutions.
That's right.
You ended up in St. Joseph's Industrial School in Clonmel.
That's right.
Can you tell us a little bit about your experiences there?
We arrived in Ferryhouse, 4 of us. One boy was sent to Cappoquin, and the 3 babies were sent to the Presentation Convent in Cashel. One was only a month old. Well, maybe a little bit more than a month old.
1 month old?
1 month old. Probably the youngest person that was ever put in an institution. And she was dragged from my sister's arms and put in that car. She's dead now, but I keep her memory.
And what happened to you, Michael, when you were in St. Joseph's Industrial School?
Everything was going well the first few days, and I'd say I was there a week, and I was called out of bed. By the way, there was two brothers. 2 of us were sleeping in the one bed. Myself and my brother Eamon. He's dead too. We were sleeping in the one bed, and a brother, I'd love to name him. I've no problem naming them. Called me into the room and raped me. Buggered me there and then. It's rape. That's what it was. And that went on time and time again. And it's only lately I found out that it happened to my brothers as well. I had an idea, because it stopped for a while. And the next thing, a priest started at it, bringing me into what they call the laundry. I'll always remember one Saturday evening, we'll live in this head of mine for the rest of my life. We were coming in off of the playfield, playing hurling, playing housey, or whatever we were playing. And Brian, Mayor, into the laundry.
This priest said to you?
No, raping was bad. But the hiding that I got off him afterwards, I was left marked for days and days. He blamed me for it. That was Saturday evening. Sunday morning, he put Holy Communion in my mouth. I'm going to call him a bastard because that's what he was. And I'm not afraid. I'm sorry I have to say this in public. Call a human being a bastard. But he wasn't a human being. None of them that destroyed us. We're destroyed for life. There is no doubt about. I'm married 54 years. I have a lovely family. I have 4 boys and 2 girls. I have 11 grandchildren and 6 great-grandchildren. We only christened one of them the other day, last Sunday. Every one of them come to me. We love one another. We're happy as that with one another. But when they're gone and I'm in bed at night, fall asleep, and then the next thing I'd make a leap out of the bed and the sweat would be pouring out. Why? Because I see these people at the end of my bed. Now, that don't happen every night. That don't happen every night.
But it happens on a regular basis.
You're driving along in your car, right? We say, driving along and you're listening to radio, and the next thing something clicks. Straight away, you just shudder. It comes into your mind straight away. These people are now getting away with it.
And Michael, how long did that abuse go on in the school you were in St. Joseph's against you?
Off and on for the time I was there, almost.
You were there?
On. I was put in there at 8 years of age.
In 1942?
In 1942, and I came out in 1949 when I was 16 less a day. I was walked up along the laneway to the farmhouse. I was put out on the road where my brother-in-law picked me up and put me on the bar of his bicycle and brought me into his flat, which wasn't, we wouldn't say, an apartment, just a one-room flat. And they, fair play to my sister and my brother-in-law, they put me up and looked after me until I joined the army. The day I joined the army, and this is true, a man had to catch my hand and write sign my name. In other words, if the truth be known, I shouldn't have been in the army. I didn't sign myself. He caught my hand.
Because you couldn't?
Because I couldn't read and write.
You couldn't read and write. So all the 8 years you spent at St. Joseph's, they never educated you?
No.
They just raped you on a regular basis?
Starved me, left me freezing cold, sent me out to farmers to pick spuds and stones. And even them, the farmers that took us at that time, they owe us an apology.
They knew what was going on, you're saying?
Of course they didn't know what was going on. They'd seen the lads being bet on the fields by the brothers. And we didn't rake hay with rakes. We raked hay with our hands. Down along a big line, down along, raked the hay, and the thistles stuck in your little fingers and the stubbles in your feet and everything like that. Little short pants and a shirt that ill-fitted you. There was a nurse there who you'd think would be all in all with the children, who would say a nurse would mind children. Now, I have nothing against nurses. They cured me there for 2 years in St. Vincent's when I was very ill. Very excellent. But my brother was very sick with pneumonia, and that made me worried. It made me worried. But that time, if you were put into bed being sick, or into the infirmary, you got no food for 3 days. No matter how sick you were, if it was a sore hand, you got no food.
It was a punishment for being sick.
Kind of punishment for being sick. But anyway, one evening, the skinner of bread, I took it and put it under my shirt and made for the infirmary when I came out. Now, I had no food because I was giving it to him. Going up the stairs, herself appeared at the top. A bitch. Appeared at the top. And I had a slice of bread in my hand at that time. She snapped the slice of bread out of my hand, put her foot on my shoulder here, and knocked me back down the stairs. My collarbone was out for a month until the boxing trainer came in, because I was on the boxing team. The boxing trainer came in, and he put his foot in there and pulled my arm to do it. All because a woman died. That happened.
Your mother?
I buried my younger sister a couple of years ago, and I sat by her bedside about 48 years before she died. Do you know what she says to me? I know I'm dying, Michael, she says, but one will happen, one good thing will happen. I'll be able to say, hello, Mammy.